All right, Monday, April 27th, 2026, in the courthouse of Chickasaw County. Call the board meeting to convene. Roll call. All members are present, along with Board Secretary Sheila Shackleton. Is there a motion to approve today's agenda that was presented Friday of last week?
Second.
Motion by Travis, second by Isaac, to approve today's agenda as presented. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried. Approve the minutes from last Monday, April 20th, 2026.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from April 20th, 2026.
So moved. Is there a second? Motion by Steve, second by Scott, to approve the minutes from April 20th. Any discussion? Not hearing any. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried. Review and approve paper bids, Sheila.
Oh, okay. So we received 2 paper bids. So we keep like 40 cases in the storage room and we're getting down on there. And so we asked for some bids
Okay.
for 40 cases, and Riley came back at $57.19 a case, which would come to a total of $2,287.60. We also got a bid from Rabbit Printers, which was $51.49 per case. So 40 cases would be $2,059.60. I would recommend Rapid Printers with the low bid.
Is there a motion to approve low bid for the papers for the courthouse and departments?
I'll make a motion to approve rapid printers.
Second.
Motion by Travis, second by Steve, to approve the paper bid for paper. Rapid printers, $41
No,
and,
51.
sorry, yep, $51.49 per case, total of $2,059.60. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Just trying to figure out what we can squeeze in here.
So I'm talking about the budget.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, so budget amendment, we might go back to this if it goes into our other scheduled areas. Discuss fiscal year 25-26 budget amendment number 4. We're getting closer to the end there of the budget amendment. Sheila did send out an email to the department heads on Friday morning. I don't think anybody's called back.
And everybody thinks that they're doing okay, but I think our concern, it was Heritage.
So the Heritage is gonna need something, due to the, cooler, the tower that cools the south wing when we had, damage down there. I did visit with Dave Gorman on Friday, with the countertop that we approved about 2 months ago, got installed. I think we'll be out about $2,000 to $3,000. Most of that is running through the insurance claim though. There was 2 line items that we would put that budget amendment, some mechanical and some maintenance. I thought it was under Dave, plumbing equipment maintenance and building repairs and maintenance. like 3,000, 5,000 just to cover that department. Currently, it has $17,000 in there, but it also has 50% full-time custodian coming out.
Correct.
And then they have some,
The Cassie report comes out of there for DHS, which is 4,200, so that knocks it down to about 13,000 minus the countertop, minus heat, and electricity. So if that's okay, is there direction to prepare a budget amendment for the Heritage Center? And I think that's the only one.
Yeah, and these are just repairs that we've done that I think next year the budget out there should be plenty good, so. We've just had the extra this year that we've taken care of, and I think everything else should be good after this, so.
Is there a consensus to move a budget amendment forward? Otherwise, we could look at the service area, make the Heritage go in the red, and see if the service area can cover it.
I checked the service area now and it's good, but I wasn't looking at those.
Yeah.
So.
Our budget amendment will cost us about $150, $200 for publication. Are you guys okay with the consensus to move a budget amendment for next week's?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, if you want to prepare those for the Heritage Center. 9:05, any public comment?
No,
I do have one on, where's my newspaper guy, Bob? I know we talked on
Yeah.
Tuesday, or when the paper came out,
Headline was wrong.
the headline was wrong on the county budget. You just switched $3.10 and it should have been $1.30.
I got a couple of calls too.
He has said he's gonna put some article in this
Yeah.
week's paper. Did
The
you catch
story
it?
was the headline was wrong.
So yes, Bob is hopefully fixing
Yeah,
that,
no,
and I
we
appreciate
all
that.
make mistakes.
How do you get people to read the whole article?
Right.
So,
Paper version of clickbait, right?
Right,
thank you, Bob, I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Custodian Dave Gorman,
Yes.
discuss horticulture for county buildings.
Okay, yes, we were a little over on the horticulture budget this past year because we've basically done a lot more with the flower beds now that we have someone there doing the work that knows what they're doing. I guess what we're asking for is, the person that we have doing, or the employee that we have doing the flower beds now, she's asking what we would do or how we would handle possibly getting donations for the flower beds. I wasn't sure how we'd handle that either, so.
Yep, that's why he's up here. So I think in the past, David, county attorney, as a donation, we need to have some kind of documentation that we accept it with no risk, no. This or
Correct, we just
that.
need something in writing that you guys are willing to accept the donation, so I don't drop off an old air conditioner and say, hey, here's a donation for you, it's your problem now. So it doesn't have to be anything fancy or a resolution unless it's a number that we wanna make sure we're giving recognition to. I mean, you could just do it as a motion here to accept a donation from X person or X business for plants or shrubs or mulch or potting soil, whatever it might be. I'm fine with that.
I think, is this board okay with getting some type of, I mean, you must have people in mind that is willing to donate.
I think there have been a few, that said that they would step up and, donate, whether it be funds or actual flowers for the flower beds, so. I just thought before we got too far into it, we better get board advice and board approval on how we handle it, so.
So we could just build a receipt, like if someone gave you like 3 or 4 of those 4 packs of flowers, I can just put receipt for packs from, and I could give that person one and then I would keep one. That's what you guys are talking about?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, we're not asking for donations, but if they are willing.
Right. And then if, our employee asked also if it would be possible to, like, go on Facebook or whatever and ask for donations towards the flower beds, if anyone was interested at the court, for flower beds at the courthouse.
I don't think we need to go that far.
Okay.
Yeah, just by word of mouth, I think, if there's
Okay.
people willing.
Okay.
Anything else on that? Department update, air conditioner.
Air conditioner should be up and running tomorrow. Technician from Train will be here to do the initial startup and make sure it's all good to go. That's part of the warranty. They have to be here to start it. So, other than that, I think everything else is okay. Countertop at the Heritage is in now. That's been installed, so we should be good there. Okay.
Yeah, and then the treasurer's office countertop's done, painting down there is pretty much wrapped up.
Everything in the treasurer's is done.
And then one last question on the window project, Pella window sales were here last Tuesday.
Mhm.
I think Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yep.
They're getting some stuff back to me, and then I think me and the county attorney and Roman are working on some stuff after we adjourn here today to hopefully get the RFP process started on Monday.
Yep.
Because you did have somebody reach out to you that aluminum steel's going up potentially.
Yeah, one of the vendors reached out to me last week and said that they would like to see us, whichever direction we're gonna go or whatever vendor we're going to use. They just advised me that they thought the aluminum prices were gonna be going up here soon, so just to make sure that we were on the course of getting everything lined up by the end of May, so.
Hopefully we can get that done. Any other questions for the tower buildings? I used spraying the courthouse sometime for some weed control.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I see some downlands over the weekend.
Yep. It's been really tough to get it sprayed because of all the wind and the rain and whatever. I gotta be pretty careful on when I spray, so.
You're good. Anything else? All right, thanks, Dave.
Okay, thank you.
Moving on to our scheduled 9:10, I have 9:12. I am not gonna say these names right, I apologize. Maybe you can introduce yourself. We have somebody discuss Global Life Liberty National Division. Right with us today.
Yes, so, and we,
Yeah, you guys can say it.
so I'm Mario.
Mario.
Yes, and I am Carson Tyner. We're with Global Life Liberty National. So this is regarding employee benefits.
Okay,
These are just some packets to help explain the mainstay policies we offer along with the price breakdown.
Thank you.
Like those that have a price breakdown by age, it'll be broken down by age. It's very nice. So first off, this is completely free to the county. 100% free to the county. The county does not need to pay anything. All of the benefits included in this package are 100% voluntary to each individual employee. So it would be up to them if they would like to accept it and sign up for any of it. Another nice thing about all of our products is they're 100% portable and they also have locked-in rates. So the main thing we offer is life insurance. So you have to pay $7 a week for life insurance. Then you retire, you'll be paying $7 a week once you retire. So the rates won't be going up, which a lot of people really like. But like I was saying, the main thing we offer is life insurance. So how that works is, do you guys know the difference between term life insurance and whole life insurance? Yeah, so it's kind of a nice in between. A lot of people can't afford whole life insurance just because it's expensive, and a lot of people don't like term because it only lasts for X amount of years. Our life insurance policy works is a term life insurance that lasts until you're 100 years old. So for the vast majority of us, that's going to be our entire lives. The first $50,000 of it is pre-tax deductible, so you will get tax savings on both the county side and the individual side. And a lot of people do really like the life insurance since it's affordable and it's fairly affordable if you look at the price breakdowns. Another thing we offer is a few supplemental options. We have 2 cancer plans. We have our cancer endurance plan, which has a total of 18 scheduled benefits. I don't think all of them are on the packet, but when we talk to employees, we will go through every single scheduled benefit, what they'll get. But the mainstay things that we offer with the cancer endurance plan is going to be an initial benefit of $3,500. So once you get diagnosed with any form of cancer, straight to your bank account, you get $3,500. There's also a travel benefit. So if you have to travel for whatever reason, for like cancer treatment or whatever, we will help pay for that travel benefit. There's also what are the benefits that we list on there? I'm blanking, it's been a long morning. But we have a handful of different benefits, including helping with prescription drugs when it comes to cancer, including drugs that are in a trial. We don't discriminate based off of that, along with in-house care when it comes to medical centers and outpatient care. We also have a cash cancer plan, which works as just a lump sum payment. You can choose between $10,000 to $50,000 with that. Once you get diagnosed with cancer, that would pay out for you. It doesn't matter, you can get both cancer plans together if you would like as well. And again, both of those are 100% portable, so when you retire, you can take them with you, and they're at locked-in rates. We also offer a critical illness plan, so if you have a heart attack or a stroke, which are the two leading causes of death here in the United States, along with any major organ failure, kidney failure, and total loss of eyesight and hearing, that would pay out. And it works similar to our cash cancer plan. So you just choose between $10,000 to $50,000. Once you have one of the conditions to cause it to pay out, it would pay out immediately to you.
And us too, we already work with the city. And for me, I like taking care of law enforcement, first responders. My brother's actually deputy sheriff of Chickasaw County, the big long one, that's 99, yes. And then I have friends who work for the Winnebago, Hancock County, so I help them out. And they're insured up with hypers for the teeth up, and it's super expensive, but then this gives them something too, which is free, the 2 free policies, which they can have, just to have, and plus the cancer policies too, which law enforcement do under. Yeah, they can use too. Yeah.
We also offer our accidental protector max, which a lot of people really like, especially if they do like more like physical labor jobs, if that makes sense, so like the janitor. How that one works is you get up to $500 as long as you seek medical treatment for any injury you received in the first 48 hours. Doesn't matter if the injury's on the job or not in your personal life, it would still pay out either way. Only prerequisite is you go to a licensed medical professional within the first 48 hours of receiving it. And that includes chiropractic care, dental, eye, all of that. So you get up to $500, up to those $240, you'll get $240, if it's $600, you get $500. If you have to stay a single night in the hospital, you get $1,000 on top of whatever you're receiving for the initial benefit. And then once you have to stay for multiple nights, it will then bump up to $150 to $500, depending on how long you've had that policy. So if you've had it for a single year, you'll get $150. Second year, you have the policy jumps up to $250, and the third year finally maxes out. If the injury causes you to be in the ICU, everything will double. So you get up to $1,000 first night you're in there, you'll get $2,000 and then double however long you had that policy. And then on the front page, those are the 2 free policies of an accidental death, along with a medical discount card. How the accidental death works is automatically for free, each employee gets $3,000 of coverage for themselves. They also get an additional $3,000 of coverage for their spouse, and an additional $1,000 for every eligible child. So anyone who's under the age of 18 or who's currently a full-time student in college. You also have a medical discount card. The 3 largest vendors we work with right now are Hy-Vee, Walmart, and CVS, but we do work with local vendors if they sign up for the program. And you just get 10 to 85% off of prescription drugs. Eye care, dental was just added today, so I think our pamphlet's slightly out of date. But you also get chiropractic care, a discount if a vendor signs up for it.
And then plus 2, they can get absolutely nothing, but they can still sign up for these free policies, and it would be $0 for the person.
All we need from the council itself is for you guys to pass the resolution that it's okay to sign up for this, and then we would just need the auditor to basically just sign a permission slip.
Yes.
We do our best to offload as much work from the individual employee and the auditor as we can. So if anyone needs to file a claim, they would come to us directly to get that claim filed. So it usually takes about a week to get everything processed. And the last thing you need when you're dealing with a stroke or cancer is to go online and have to figure out that entire process. And when it comes to deduction from employee paycheck, since it's a Section 125 plan, we will send the individual deductibles to the auditor or whoever's in charge of payroll. So, Steve gets $5,000 pre-tax deducted and $5 post-tax. We would send that over. So it's just a simple copy and paste.
And then for me, I'm local too. I work up north. I'm from Hampton, not New Hampton, Hampton. I have family in Waverly too, so we help out Bremer County's police officers, county officers, so, I'll be in town for sure.
So, do we think we're gonna sign up for the program?
So we do have some already offered, I know we have Aflac and our own life
Life
insurance.
insurance, yeah.
We're not trying to replace anything.
No, I know.
Everything we
Yeah,
have
that's-
will pay out on top of any insurance you guys currently have.
And then we work good with Aflac too. We tend to be a little bit cheaper, with people who can't afford Aflac. So we stack on perfectly on top of other vendors. So if you're to have Wellmark, Blue Cross, you go to the hospital, we pay on top of that too. So our niche is the 2 free policies that you see that cost $0.
Yep.
When's our next department head meeting?
June 8th.
After enrollment.
Well, your guys' enrollment's all year long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Send it out to the department heads and see if there's any interest in the meeting, discuss it or anything. I don't know if there's interest, but unless we know, get the info, mark it up.
Correct. Any other counties or cities? You guys mentioned a couple, but
We work with
I know we have, I think it's Cass County down south. I know we have like 15 different counties, and we work with a bunch of different cities. As we just talked to Mountain Air, and so they're looking into it at the moment. I think it's Cass County we have down south too. Carroll County, we presented there a few different times.
so if we agreed to something, we would just put something in the paycheck, as a flyer, and then they would contact you guys?
Yes. Here, we work with Sac County, Ida County, Case County, Adams County, Wapello County, Hardin County, Buena Vista County, Wayne County, Union County, Decatur County. Yes. Yeah.
A lot of southern,
More stuff. And we present to the Carroll County too. We work with them. It's just more of, we help out 1 or 2 people over there, you know.
Well, I can send this to the department heads and ask if there's any interest, and then,
we'll get back to you.
we can get back to you if that's okay.
Yes. So. These are our business cards.
All right, perfect.
You'll probably laugh at them.
Thank you.
So you can guess which one's which? Yeah.
All right, any other questions for these two? All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll get back to you.
And you don't have to worry about signing out.
Really?
Yeah, because I really
I
just.
see everyone else do it. I can't be.
Okay, but I really just need you to sign in, not, it doesn't matter about,
There you go.
Gotta respect the rules here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Moving on to the sheriff, good morning.
Morning.
A couple things on the agenda today is acknowledge the resignation of Deputy Jail Administrator Jordan Ganson within the sheriff's office effective June 1st, 2026.
You guys all have copies of his letter of resignation, yeah. So he's taken another position elsewhere, outside of law enforcement. There's nothing going on currently in our office. He's just direction he wants to take his career in a different way, so. Hate to see him leave. He's got 11 years experience with us, done a lot for us, and is a major asset to our office, big time, but can't fault somebody for wanting to better themselves, find a different career.
Is there a motion to acknowledge?
Sorry.
A motion by Travis, second by Steve, to acknowledge the resignation of Deputy Jail Administrator Jordan Ganson within the sheriff's office effective June 1st, 2026. Any discussion? Yeah, thanks for his time of service. We appreciate it. County does. If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, anybody opposed? Motion carried. I did talk to Ryan on Friday. I decided at the last second to add the possible closed session. just, we're gonna be very careful, have any open discussion on scheduling or, needs, since it's open now is open, so. I
Understand.
don't know if there's any bit you wanna talk about before, or do we wanna just go into closed session, see what develops, and then bring it
I
back?
can talk a little before, it's fine. So, George's position is a certified deputy. He's got the title of jail administrator that he got under Sheriff Mark Heeman, and Marty became sheriff. He was previously jail administrator. Prior to that, it was Dennis Sanders. For a little small stint there, how many years was that we had a civilian, one of our civilian staff was, but Marty made the decision to put it back into the rotation as a certified deputy, which has pros and cons either way, but he still handled calls, took cases, did investigations, did patrol, and so he did all the duties along as a certified deputy does, along with his jail administration duties. A lot of his state reporting requirements, making sure the jail's up to code, training, make sure everybody's up on their current training and things. So he was like the go-to person in anything jail-related issues. And going forward with that, we've since, as you guys well know, kind of operating housing inmates out of county if they stay with us longer than 36 to 48 hours. Some just depends. We do have some stay here longer, just depending on the situation. But so there has been some changes. Still, there are still duties that need to be done. So it's a very important position for us. Zach and I feel, based on how things have gone, and this might be a good time for us to transition into Zach taking on some of those duties, me helping him. I cannot be jail administrator per state code as the sheriff. Zach and we can work together along with our civilian staff as well. The deputies will still do jail things as well because they're all jail certified, just as far as reporting requirements, the follow-ups, working with Dave's office. Specifically, Jordan did a lot of that behind the scenes stuff that doesn't get seen, but Dave can comment on that he did a lot of that kind of stuff. So we're still looking to fill that open position this creates and make it more, as you guys probably hear, as a road deputy, go back into the rotation and help out on that end of things. It's going to put a bit of strain on everybody. It's going to restructure the office a little bit and put some more responsibility on everybody else. Jordan did a lot of investigations, follow up based on the schedule that he worked, and it was very, very beneficial. So I think this is something we need to try and in order to help facilitate scheduling and more people out there at different times of the day.
Yeah, I'm not super excited about this, but when it comes down to reality of things, this is better for the safety of the citizens of Chickasaw County, I believe. So whether that means a little more work on my end and, ultimately his end as well, I think it's better for the citizens. So without that being filled, it would be detrimental, I think, so. Unfortunately, it's a lot more work for everybody, but.
In the long run, I think it benefits the citizens genuinely a lot more than, not that Jordan's position didn't, and what he did a lot of things that were behind the scenes, still handled calls, school patrols, things that just have to get done that just people just take for granted.
My office leaned on him quite heavily because in the jail administrator role, he was kind of in charge of persons that were incarcerated. So anyone that needed initial appearances, anytime we had court days and we had someone that was over in a different county, that was all run through him. He transported them back and forth to court whenever I call him and need him for hearings or sentencing, whatever it might be. He also kept track of folks who were in other jails in other counties who were waiting to come back here on a warrant. So we tried our best to head those off and try and deal with those and be proactive with those. So, and he also provided security usually on Tuesday mornings. I know these guys would stop in occasionally, but Jordan usually was the point person for security since he was up there with other defendants as well. So yeah, a lot of behind the scenes work. We sad to see him go. They work with him pretty regularly, but I think these two, the last year or so, probably a year or two, maybe since Marty left.
Yeah.
How long has Marty been gone? 2 years?
Oh, no, it's like 5, 4, 5.
No, that long?
No.
Okay, that
Four.
long. I've been here.
2022.
Okay.
Yeah, 2022 is 4.
So these guys have kind of been in, not directly doing some of that work, but have indirectly seen some of that work. So I think it'll be a decent transition. And
Yeah, we got our feet really wet and last year about this time exactly, we had 2 off, one both on medical, and that really threw a wrench in things as far as scheduling wise. So Jordan jumped back into the rotation. We took on a lot of those things and really saw the stuff that position did, but and also saw the benefit of being able to have somebody else in the rotation. But we were 2 down at the time too, so it really put a strain on the entire staff.
Yeah, so that leads into my, I think I got a couple questions on the closed session just for scheduling.
Sure.
That I think the full board needs to hear of why this is needed, or if it's not needed, so. Fair enough? Is there a motion to go into closed session? Motion by Isaac, second by Steve to go into a closed session pursuant to Iowa Code 21.5G to avoid disclosure of specific law enforcement matters such as current or proposed investigations or inspections or auditing techniques or schedules.
I'm gonna Travis in a second.
You got it right here. But Travis, thank you. Motion by Isaac, second by Travis. Any discussion? If not, roll call. Isaac?
Aye.
Travis?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Scott?
Aye.
Jake, aye. Motion is carried 5-0.
I'd like Dave to say if that's okay too.
Thanks.
I'm doing it, are you good?
Missed the headline.
I'll do that
No
on,
pun intended.
I'll do that,
I didn't realize it, I said it.
I'll do that on my own, right?
We have 9:48. We are back in open session after a closed session 21.5. Is there any action to be taken out of closed session? Next thing on the agenda then is discuss and approve to hire for an open deputy position.
I'll move to approve the hire for the open deputy position.
You wanna specify what, a little bit, I'm not gonna get to go into complete details, but for the public that are watching, what position we're gonna advertise for, or maybe you can respond to what the advertisement's gonna look like.
It'd just be a position for deputy sheriff.
Okay.
Yeah, the role of jail administrator will be taken on internally.
The intent is this will be another road deputy, and the jail administrator duties are gonna be absorbed by the administration.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yes, 1,000%.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Isaac, second by Scott, to allow the sheriff's department, sheriff, to have an open, to hire for the deputy position that is gonna be a road deputy. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate the conversations that we all had last week too. Thank you very much.
Discuss opioid funds and renovating one of the jail cells into a padded cell.
Yeah, so we're working on that. Did get one quote back from this Marathon Engineering Corporation out of Florida that does a lot of facilities in Iowa and the nation for this kind of stuff. They sent me a quote based on pictures and conversations. I didn't feel comfortable bringing that up without people looking at it. Our facility is a pretty unique facility in how it's constructed and the materials that are in there. So they're actually working on a new facility here in Iowa. They came up on a Saturday afternoon. I wasn't able to meet with them. They were coming in the morning. They came about 5 o'clock at night. I was out of town. Staff let them in and looked at it, got some results back from the president of the company based on, this is his words, the wall thickness in this case, them being their steel walls, would make attachment of their padding system extremely difficult. So they only have, based on what he saw from his tech, that they'd only guarantee maybe 20%. I'm like, no, we just can't go forward with that. So it's a unique facility in its design, the steel thickness of the walls. So we tried. At this time, I'm not going to go forward with anything else on it. So I just want to let the board, and that's where the things are at with that. I've updated the building committee via email, and they're all aware of it as well. So
Yeah, thanks for looking into it.
yeah.
Maybe we can do something in the future.
Yeah.
Any questions? All right, thanks guys, appreciate it.
Run real quick.
Yep.
I just got it on my phone. People get text messages on scams for, they come from the treasurer's office, they owe money, they owe fines, it's a scam. So we're hopefully gonna address these kind of things when that app rolls out, hopefully the next 2 to 3 weeks. It's in production, so just for the public watching it, do not respond to anything or pay money via text message on anything, so.
Yep, they're gonna let us from the government.
Yes, they will. Or we'll show
Or
up,
serve paper.
or we'll show up at your door.
All right, thanks. Ed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Rama, if it's okay, I'm gonna get Chad squeezed in here. Discuss leachate study information for the county landfill. Chad sent this to me on Tuesday. I gave it to the board this morning. I apologize for that late notice. But Chad, you got anything updated from HLW?
No, and again, if you want to look at it, the first 7 pages is basically the bulk of what we're sending into the DNR on the back end of that. Then from there on, it's like 45-page document. It's basically all the data and data that we've collected over the past, I don't know, several years. The one thing that I did point out to Todd is in the monitoring system, we have that old high water level alarm that I have let go because that was a monthly cell phone service fee. And I just said, hey, can we do something without having to reinstate that for the next 2 years? And so I think we will, the one change that we'll have when it's submitted is we're gonna take that high water alarm out of there, and then we'll just use our monthly monitoring because we're gonna have to be there once a month to check water levels in the piezometers and in the storage tank as well. So that is the only change I saw, and I don't know, David, if you had anything to add to it, but
No, I think we're ready to go. It's been a long process, let's keep it moving.
and we got 2 more years of monitoring after we do the shut down the collections, so.
Are the numbers, I see, they're good. I mean, they're good, right?
Yeah, so we're not really, again, seeing any difference from what we're doing, right? I mean, we pull about 3,100 gallons off, and Mother Nature depicts what the water level heights are in those wells and in the holding tank. I mean, what we do is very minimal, and we're not seeing, so the big thing is that we're not seeing seeps or seeing that leachate come out the side of the cells. If we see that, then that will be probably a problem where they'll want us to start removing that leachate out of the system again, but we're hoping we haven't had a lot of issues with that. So as long as that kind of holds up, then we should hopefully be able to stop this process altogether. So that is the goal. So far we're online and everything looks good. So again, we're gonna see what DNR thinks. If you guys approve this, I'll reach out to Todd and say, go ahead and submit it. That one minor change about the alarm, so.
So since we are in the post-closure, we still have $333,000 in that restricted landfill post-closure fund. The current resolution is keep it above 300,000, which we have. What's our future plans of this site? Hunting, public hunting?
So again, I don't remember, Scott, were you with me there that day when we had that survey taken? We met with geologists, I think, from the DNR, and they like to see those properties upcycled if they can and give them back to the taxpayers, whether that's through trails or public hunting was one of the options. So again, we get the building moved out of there and we can get that cleaned up. If we can get this thing shut down, I would personally recommend that we turn it into 40 acres of public habitat, wildlife area and hunting. And it's as good a use, in my opinion, for the public as anything. Because we're not gonna be able to build or do anything like that construction wise on those cells anyway, so.
Pretty limited what else can be used.
Pretty limited, right? Trails and public hunting, were kind of the 2 big caveats that they had thrown out. So I mean, again, it's back in their hands. And again, you start encompassing all of this stuff together and getting that building put up and the cost of that, and what we're freeing up, we're bringing another 40 acres of, public access to the taxpayers of the county. You start putting dollars and cents on some of those things. So I think we're showing good investment with the other processes that we're doing throughout the, kind of the county as well. When I've had a few conversations with taxpayers, about, a different shot, I know I'm getting on a tangent, but it all kind of encompasses and works together, so.
It's been a long process. It's this post-closure. I mean, if they grant this within the next year, we still have to do the leachate for 2 years.
So yeah, we're projected through April of 28, and then we would run that biannual engineering inspection of the landfill. And then it's, like I said, the big thing is as long as we're not seeing any major seeps coming out to the 2 sides of those cells, we should be good to go. So I'm hoping so, but it's the next step in the extremely long process. But again, it is what it is.
And then once we get that, I think some of these funds that are in that restricted fund could help clean up the site. That's on top of the surface.
I don't know, again, I'm not an expert on that, but maybe you keep 50,000 in there in case you have a catastrophic, an emergency or something like that. You need to repair the cap. You know what I mean? Something like that. That's some emergency day or rainy day funds. I don't know what that dollar
Something there.
Yeah, what that fund would be. And again, there's probably somebody at the, at DNR that we could reach out
Yeah,
and get some recommendations on what that would be, but yeah.
Once we take care of the steel fence, the tin fence, some of it's fallen down, I see.
Yeah, are you wanting that, you think we'd remove all that? And
I think so.
At the end of the day?
In the next year or two.
That was kind of my thoughts. The guys just kind of threw that piece off up to the side and.
Because you would probably want to put you gotta cross the road, some parking there, but.
Correct.
Would you make like a parking spot?
I think we would be good. We just keep that gate there. I mean, you can get 3 vehicles. It's a wide driveway. You can get 3 vehicles nosed in. Plus we have public parking right across the drive or the road. So I think we'd be fine with what we have.
All right. Any other discussion or is there a motion to send this off to the DNR? I think it's gonna move forward. Thanks, Jeff, for taking care of this. And everybody in the past has been taking care of this foreclosure, post-closure.
I'll make a motion.
Sorry.
Motion by Travis, second by Scott, to authorize our landfill director, Chad Humpel, to submit this to the DNR on behalf of the HLW Engineering Group. Any more discussion on the old landfill? If not, all in favor, say aye on the motion. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you. I'll let you know, I'll give you any updates as I come across them.
And hopefully they're all positive.
Amen.
Accepted. Moving on to Engineer Roman Munson. Good morning, Roman. Review employee contract with county engineer for fiscal year 27.
So the contract in front of you is 4% matching the board's recommendation, matching the union negotiation wage for the FY 27. I think I went through this with you guys in budget season. Currently I'm number 17 out of 21, including 10 counties above and 10 counties below Chickasaw's population. I would assume that's gonna stay relatively equal, pending other counties' wage increases. Out of the whole state, I'm 71st out of 99. Chickasaw's 59th out of 99 population, so. We had the performance review. I don't know if you wanna
No, we're on.
go back to any of that.
So I requested this last week from Roman. He thought we were early, but I think we're right on time.
It was a week.
Week early, sorry. I think this finishes up your 3-year hard lease or hard employment
Next
contract.
year would be a full contract revision.
So this is just a modification for fiscal year 27. He changed item number 6 on the contract. That reads that for and in consideration of the foregoing, the board shall pay the engineer an annual salary of $132,289.99 for the fiscal year 2027. The board will meet with the engineer prior to July 1st of 27 to determine the engineer's salary for the next fiscal year. Is there a motion to approve contract with county engineer Roman Watson?
So. Sorry.
Motion by Scott, second by Steve, to approve the employment contract and agreement for fiscal 27 for the engineer. We'll do a roll call. Scott?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Isaac?
Aye.
Travis? Jake? Aye. Motion is carried 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Review and approve fiscal year 2027 Iowa DOT secondary roads budget for Chickasaw County.
So both of these next items, this and the 5-year plan, we discussed previously. The budget matches our county budget exactly. The DOT requires them to review it prior to the board. That was a change a couple of years ago. So both of these have been approved by the Iowa DOT. Big change in the 5-year program that you guys would see was changing the project numbers for the 2 bridges that we got the $2.2 million grant for. So everything's pretty much the same in those next 2 items. Like I said, budget matches number for number on the county. I guess I won't go into the 5-year program for you.
This is the budget one, authorized board signature if approved. Is there a motion to approve the DOT secondary roads budget?
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Isaac, to approve the fiscal 27 Iowa DOT secondary road budget. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to review and approve the fiscal year 27 Iowa DOT 5-year program for Chickasaw County.
Yeah, same story. We reviewed this a few weeks ago, maybe a month. Went through project by project. I guess I didn't get much feedback from you guys as far as disagree or anything like that, or need to add anything. With the 5-year program, you'd probably see some changes, I guess, any given year, just because plans change, but a big one would be the TIF project. Even for FY 27, we might have to amend it to add T76 in if we go through with it. It's not that we're required to have it in there, it's just kind of advised, because in our annual report, the local effort, you know, you guys have a minimum 75% requirement, which please God, don't ever go that low, because our roads will show. But we would report that as a contribution to that local effort with that tip dollar, so. But I didn't wanna throw that in, because if we don't go through it, we'd have to do an amendment anyways, so, to remove it.
Is there a motion to approve the 5-year program? Second.
Second.
Motion by Travis, second by Isaac to approve the fiscal year 27 Iowa DOT 5-year program for Chickasaw County. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, anybody opposed? Motion is carried. Review and approve temporary construction easement with Andrew and Amber Edson for Chickasaw County Bridge Replacement Project LFY 2702-73-19.
Yeah, so this is Bridge 0641 replacement project on Ivanhoe south of 280th. That'll be a project our crew's complete. I think I'm waiting on one more in that 2 projects in the close proximity area. Thinking that would probably be one of our last ones of the year. I know these are getting competitive, but.
Is there a motion for the permission to enter?
So. Second.
Motion by Scott, second by Travis to approve the temporary construction easement with Andrew and Amber Edson for the Chickasaw County Bridge Replacement. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye, anybody opposed, motion carried. Department update.
So last week we did entrance culvert replacement, culvert crew, crossroad culvert replacement on Gilmore south of Highway 18. We did send pretty much all members of the culvert and bridge crews to an excavation safety training, last Tuesday. Aside from that, we were spot rock and dust control some bad spots, which, as you guys know, with the repeated rains, that's becoming more and more. Blades were out about 3 out of the 5 days with weather stopping at some of those. Shouldering, we did complete shouldering on T76, that's 6 miles west of E18 and then south of E28. And then also Northland and Southland, we collaborated with the city to get to 225th with the shared jurisdiction. They footed most of the bill of materials, we did the placement. Then also we edged shoulders, which is retrieving on B54 from Highway 63 to B56, on B48 from Highway 18 to Highway 24, and B56 from Highway 24 to B54. Bridge 1960 replacement project, which is on 150th east of Windsor. We got the east abutment pile driving completed, cap is welded on. Not a great day today to be welding. So the guys are gonna be cutting gussets and getting ready. So when I think the rest of the week's looking fair, hopefully we get that east abutment sheeting and wing wall, deadman piling, gussets all put in. So, by the end of the week or next week, we'll be driving piling on the west abutment. Updates with the shop. Sam reached out for the 1-ton truck that we have in the current fiscal year. He's waiting to hear back. I think they made an error. I think that originally they sent us a dually or they were gonna. So he's trying to get that figured out. Worst case scenario, we might have to amend 27's budget to pay for 27, but we'd just be carrying money over from 26. Same story's gonna go with the tandem. I know we talked in budget about getting a new tandem. Sam's talking with Mac, Western Star, a few others. I don't know if we'll see that in FY 27, but I think we've kind of been used to that in the past where equipment, you hope it gets there, it doesn't, so we're just taking it from one budget year and putting it in the other. I'll keep you guys updated on that, but we kind of talked, I said we should get on these quotes for FY 27. And if the board is willing to approve them, that gets us a quicker spot on, so. A lot of design development work, surveying all over the place. 190th East Odessa, that is Bridge 1300 project, that pre-con is scheduled for May 13th. I think that has a late start date sometime in July, so that one might start up. We won't know till that May 13th date with the pre-con. B56, the PCC overlay paving project from 18 north to B54, Boyd Blacktop. We did submit the concept statement and 7 safety considerations for a 3R project. I also did meet with the landowner at the top of the hill. So to improve it's not so much stopping site distance, it's intersection site distance, which imagine if you're at B54 turning south or heading north and there's traffic coming over that hill from the south. The stopping site distance is there, but I've just heard semis pull right through it because they're scared. A semi turning left there is gonna take longer than a car. So we're gonna be cutting that hill down about 3.5 feet. And the landowner was okay with us widening a driveway to the north and eliminating the one at the top of the hill because it'd be a 25% slope for him to get off the aisle. So that's moving forward. Contracts for Contract Rock Division 2, 3, and 4 are fully executed. I did call BMC. Jeff said he was gonna check on it, but I would assume that's gonna be coming soon. And we approved Jake to sign them when you guys awarded the project, so. Did advertise in-house for that Ionia maintainer operator position to see if any of the guys that are currently employed wanted it. Had 3 interested, very qualified, very good employees. I ended up picking one in collaboration with the foreman. So Jim Braun, currently the excavator operator, and number 32 one-way route, which is B56 from the Little Turkey Blacktop south of the Bremer County line. The diagonal out of Lawler, and then the Wacoma pavement east of B56. So he's gonna move to Pat's position, and I advertised on the website, it'll be in the paper this Thursday, it's on the doors. So that'll be it's equipment labor operator, but specifically it's gonna be a bridge crew position, and in winter it would be the number 32 one-way route on hard surface, so. The office building, footings are backfilled. Looks like they're ready to start laying some insulation, PEX tubing, and get a slab poured. I would hope that we'll see some more progress on that this week. I did approve a change order, basically eliminating a on-demand hot water pump for the bathroom and a little change, I think from 5/8 tubing to PEX tubing. Ran it by the structural engineer with Artura, and they were all fine with it. Saves the county $1,644. Asked about some other ones. I don't think that those are gonna happen because Mick Gage thought that the main was in the ditch or something. I can't remember exactly. Then yeah, we're working a little bit, helping conservation out, just trying to get an idea on the amount of fill that they need. So we just did a quick topo survey for that, and Ben's working on getting them a number. It's gonna be a colossal amount of fill, which if you wanna build it next summer, we might have a lot from that B56 project.
Yep, got it.
Any questions?
Are you gonna go to the 4 10-hour days this year?
Yep, I sent the notice out, it's the week after Memorial Day, and it concludes the week before Labor Day. 4th of July holiday goes, 5/8, with one day being an 8-hour holiday. Yeah. Did you want me to bring that into you guys every time? I thought we talked about it then, I mean.
I don't remember, somebody asked me about it, and I said I assume they're gonna do it again this year, but.
And that is part of the ad, if it was somebody interested in employment at all. It's in the details on the website, but I've got mixed reaction from some of the guys. Personally, I'd love Friday off, that'd be awesome. But some of them coach baseball, some of them have things with kids, chores, anything above. But for the most part, I think that the people that don't like it don't outweigh the people that do, and not that necessarily is the deciding factor. I mean, Winnesheek's been doing 410s for the last 3 weeks, I think, so. I think it helps with working around school a little bit.
Whole school's out.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, we're in that window when it's summer, but I don't know if we'd extend it if that'd cause a lot more issues with just people getting their kids where they need to be.
I will say, Roman, that I had some phone calls about that, and they talked to them again, they don't mind it.
Yeah.
So,
No, there's just a few that they're not mad about it or anything, they're just inquisitive and saying, is there any chance? And I say currently not really, so. If the whole group came in and said we can't do this anymore, I guess I'd be a little bit more apt to listen, but if it's, again, I would love to have a 3-day weekend anytime.
Anything else for, Roman on secondary roads? If not, thank you. That's all your papers, Roman.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Committee assignments. Steve, have any? Isaac?
No.
Nope, perfect. Discuss future agenda items. Just got one to pass along, Dave. I don't know if you got the email from Laura Folkerts about a flag she's gonna present to us.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. No issues with it?
I don't have issues with it now.
She's on the schedule for next Monday at 9:00. If it's good weather, we might go take a recess and take the picture outside. And have the courthouse in the backdrop. It's gonna be commemorative 250th anniversary flag that they're giving to every 99 counties in Iowa. So, she's the one in charge of presenting it to the county. Anything else that you guys have for a future agenda item?
May 11th, Judy, I'm not gonna be here to do renewal for insurance. And then I would like to have on the agenda that we discuss the liability insurance, that we still seem to be having some questions about while Judy's here.
Oh, so you want that under her?
Yeah, for contractor and vendors, again, hopefully the third time's a charm.
And then it sounded like Tammy Robinson wanted to be on the agenda next week, and then we'll have DNR matrix on that too.
Yeah, because we are posted on a public notice.
Yeah, it was already posted.
Yep. On master matrix scoring, so Derek is in charge of presenting that score to us next week.
Mhm.
Anything else that we need on the agenda for the following weeks? I know you sent an email out to departments about wages, and hopefully that's in May.
They've been really receptive in getting it back to us, some of them, so.
Do we know when open enrollment is for health insurance?
It's gonna, I think it's May 18th.
That's when she's coming up here?
Yeah, it's a Monday, because I'll be gone that day. So Donna's she's gonna be the secretary to the board, and then she'll be running that.
All right, I don't see anything else. If you guys don't have anything else, is there a motion to adjourn?
So,
second.
Motion by Scott, second by Travis to adjourn at 10:16. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried. Thanks, guys.
I don't know.